I'm sure everyone around here already heard of Valve's Deadlock, and I'm pretty sure that some people have already played it, and I don't think Deadlock is ever going to be big. The main reason for that is the fact that the game is unapologetically grindy. The game takes a huge chunk of your attention. In order to play Deadlock, you have to literally glue yourself to the screen, and do that for 50 minutes straight. I think it's pretty obvious that the majority of people playing games are not going to have that much time. It takes a lot of attention. So casual gamers getting on to play after work will skip this game. The game tries to mash together FPS and MOBA. Having played it for 50 hours, it's not an FPS game. It's not a shooter game in general. The shooting in that game is basically aim labs with a couple of skins on top. It is 100% a MOBA game. Here's the catch. Valve obviously tries to mash two together. Now, as an FPS player for basically all of my gaming career, I couldn't play it. The FPS elements there are non-existent. If you're a MOBA player, it has elements of an FPS which you will probably never be inclined to learn. Just as I, an FPS player, will not be inclined to learn MOBA elements. What this really means is that the game is oriented on a very small niche. It's a very small niche of people who can comfortably play both an FPS and a MOBA, which is probably not a lot, because the game is never just one or the other, it is mixed. Since release, it had a peak of 171,000 players, despite what Reddit tells you that the game is basically an alpha, which is the funniest statement that I have ever heard. The game lost almost 90% of its player base. Now, it could be explained by an unimaginable hype for a PC Valve game, but maybe it could also be explained that the game is just simply too hard or too time consuming for an average player. It is hardly accessible, as any MOBA is, and the player archetype is a basement-dwelling gamer. Apart from that, the game is obviously built good. It's a good game at heart. This video is largely just defying idiots on Reddit crying about how the game is only an alpha or how it's not even released yet. Everybody who wanted to play that game played it. All you have to do is admit that it will never be popular. It's not a bad game, it's just extra niche.